Now we heard it. Keir Starmer does not want to bring Britain back into the EU, even if his Labour Party were to return to power in the UK in the future. Starmer was a vehement advocate of a second referendum to reverse Brexit. So, the British opposition leader Sir Keir Starmer does not want to bring his country back into the European Union. That's what the Labour leader said in various interviews with British media ahead of a keynote address on Britain's future relationship with the EU. We left the EU and we're not looking back. We're looking forward, and it's not about going back to the EU, the single market, the customs union, or reintroducing the free movement of people. That's what Starmer told ITV. Labour leader Keir Starmer abandoned his fight against Brexit a long time ago. Now the former Remainer also wants to silence the last voices in the party that are still dreaming of rejoining the EU. In a speech, excerpts of which were made public on Monday, Starmer laid down the party line. It says, "Let me be clear, we will not rejoin the EU, the internal market or the customs union." Starmer also rejects the idea of reintegrating into the EU system of freedom of movement because of the labour market bottlenecks. "We will not return to free movement to solve short-term problems. Instead, the Labour Party will invest in their people and in their places." That's what they claim, at least. This is likely to disappoint many in the opposition party. Labour members, including London Mayor Sadiq Khan, have toyed with the idea of reversing Brexit. In particular, the proposal to at least rejoin the single market has recently become more popular. It is also being promoted by conservatives such as MP Tobias Ellwood and even by ardent Tory Brexiteers like former MEP Daniel Hannan. This in turn has prompted the beleaguered Prime Minister's camp to warn that Brexit is not in safe hands with possible Boris Johnson successors. Leaving the single market, which a softer Brexit could have prevented, not only aggravated the political situation in Northern Ireland because it made goods checks at the border with Great Britain necessary. It is also believed to be one of the reasons for the current difficulties in the UK labour market and trade balance. The Office for Budget Responsibility, a formerly independent body appointed by the Treasury, recently stated that Brexit is costing the UK £100 billion a year. The Resolution Foundation also came to negative assessments. Such figures are viewed with skepticism in the government. Brexit Minister Jacob Rees-Mogg recently pointed out that many think tanks are run by Brexit opponents. The government will not commission its own calculations of the economic consequences. That's what he announced because he doesn't want anyone to know those numbers. In Downing Street, such calculations are considered dubious because they can hardly be separated from the effects of the corona pandemic and the Ukraine war. At the same time, non-measurable benefits are highlighted. Rees-Mogg said Brexit was about democracy, which is bullshit. Can you change your government and can you choose how you are governed? That is the overwhelming advantage of Brexit. Well, in Germany we just did, although I don't like it, but we did. In particular, the dismantling of EU regulations will make the kingdom more prosperous in the long term, he assured. The government intends to provide regular information on the, so far moderate, progress in this area. I wouldn't even call it moderate. Starmer is now striving to make better use of the opportunities presented by Brexit, well, I hope he can tell me some, than the government is doing. The bad contract that Johnson negotiated also needs to be repaired. The dispute over the application of the agreement in Northern Ireland should be settled amicably with Brussels. There are those who say, we don't have to ensure that Brexit succeeds, we should turn it around. I completely disagree, he said. And the manuscript goes on to say, you cannot look ahead or achieve growth or create change or regain the confidence of those who have lost it in politics by constantly focusing on the arguments of the past. This would be a recipe for more division and would paralyze Britain for another decade. The Labour leader is alluding to the traumatic side effects of the years-long Brexit debate, which has left deep scars, not at least in his own party. Because in the post-industrial North, many who had traditionally voted for Labour voted for Brexit in 2019. On the other hand, the predominantly urban party base remains, by a large majority, pro-European. From an EU perspective, Starmer's slogan "Make Brexit Work" would be welcome insofar as the Labour leader would return to an orderly relationship instead of constantly committing new provocations and breaking the law, like Johnson and his Foreign Secretary Liz Truss. Specifically, Labour is proposing a veterinary agreement and a trusted traders agreement to settle the Northern Ireland dispute. London wants to overturn the special agreement that keeps Northern Ireland in the EU internal market. There is neither a legal nor political justification for this, wrote the heads of the foreign departments of Germany and Ireland, and that's Annalena Baerbock and Simon Coveney, in a guest article in the in the British Sunday newspaper Observer. Starmer also expresses the wish that short visits to the continent, which have required a great deal of bureaucracy since Brexit, should be made easier for business people and for artists. The Labour leader is currently leaving it open how this will work without a return to freedom of movement, because he doesn't know, because it's not so possible. Experts were still skeptical. It's just a baby step, believes Tom Hayes from the Brussels network's Berg. The former Secretary of State Dennis McShane made a similar assessment. In view of the change in opinion in the population and in many media, Labour is lagging behind developments. The experienced Europe expert fears that all those who now consider leaving the EU to be wrong would migrate to other parties, such as the Liberal Democrats and the Greens. Labour simply fails to say Brexit is a mistake and it hurts Britain. And I always read people saying, well, we have to go to the Liberal Democrats now, but they'll never be big enough. Just remember, there was a time when the Liberal Democrats were far bigger than Labour. And so, if enough people change, who knows? I'll see you in my next video. Viel Spaß!